This trio is everywhere. The top VPN lists always feature them, but it's time to set the record straight. In this best VPN comparison, I'm comparing ExpressVPN versus NordVPN versus Surfshark. I'll cut through the marketing noise to figure out who does what best and which provider deserves your money in 2026. The key aspect of VPNs is that they've got to have robust security measures because they protect all my data while I'm browsing. That's why these three best VPNs are always at the top. NordVPN, Surfshark, and ExpressVPN all have optimal security loadouts. They utilize the strongest encryption available in 2026. They all have a kill switch to prevent data leaks, and all three also have strong privacy as well. First and foremost, this means independently audited no-logs policies, guaranteeing that these providers do not record your data in any way. And it also means having RAM-only servers, which ensure that nothing passing through them leaves a trace. One notable difference between the three providers, however, is jurisdiction. NordVPN and ExpressVPN have favorable jurisdictions with privacy-friendly laws in Panama and the British Virgin Islands. Surfshark, however, operates out of the Netherlands and is subject to that country's data retention laws. But honestly, that doesn't bother me since Surfshark's no-logs policy and RAM-only servers are more than enough to counteract that downside. On a separate note, ExpressVPN is still navigating the fallout from their controversial acquisition by Kape Technologies in 2021, with a company with an unfortunate history of producing malware. On a lighter note, Surfshark and NordVPN have both recently introduced major updates to their security systems. Surfshark now offers Everlink, a new technology supplementing the kill switch designed to seamlessly reconnect you in case of a network break, and NordVPN introduced post-quantum encryption, a new way to safeguard your data even from brute force attacks by quantum computers. When it comes to overall privacy and the best VPN for security, the winner is NordVPN. If you want to prioritize your safety with NordVPN, scan this QR code to get the best deal, or you can check the link in the description for discounts on all three of these top VPNs. However, for a VPN to truly be best in class, it's not just enough to have good security. You've got to have good performance as well. Time for a VPN speed test. We tested VPN servers in the US, UK, and Australia to show performance at a variety of distances. And without further ado, here are the results. As you can see, the ranking from best to worst is NordVPN, Surfshark, and then ExpressVPN. Not a massive difference in speeds to be honest, but a difference nonetheless. While this test might not account for all factors affecting speed, this West Coast Labs report is supported by actual science, and it also puts NordVPN as the fastest VPN product on the market. However, again, comparing NordVPN versus Surfshark and ExpressVPN, the other two are only marginally slower. So why do these providers perform the way they do, and where do their performances come from? Well, most of the time, it's the VPN protocol being used, and each of these three providers uses a different one. Surfshark utilizes the widely used WireGuard protocol, NordVPN runs NordLynx, a proprietary protocol built on WireGuard, and ExpressVPN runs the Lightway protocol, a custom protocol they built in-house. Another crucial factor for good speeds and seamless streaming and torrenting with a VPN are server locations. Typically, the more you have, the better. And that's why providers constantly expand, and Surfshark in particular has jumped to over 4,500 servers in 100 countries. And some of those servers have even been switched out to 100 gigabits per second servers for even better performance. However, there's also a growing sentiment that server count is just a marketing tactic. The NordVPN team has publicly stated that they don't want to be judged for their server count, so they hid their total number, only keeping their number of locations public. And ExpressVPN did a similar thing even earlier, although they did it without making a public statement explaining why. So if you're used to judging VPNs by their server count, I guess it's a bit harder now to compare ExpressVPN versus NordVPN. That said, at the end of the day, their performance and coverage still is what it is. Speed tests and location numbers will still show you which provider performs the best. And this applies to streaming and torrenting as well. VPNs are very often used for this purpose, not just to access content that's usually unavailable, but also to protect your privacy and prevent ISP throttling. In this category, I can't really name a provider that wins by a wide margin. NordVPN, Surfshark, and ExpressVPN all end up providing good streaming quality, with minimal troubleshooting. They even cover the same locations more or less. The only major highlight from any provider in this area for me is NordVPN Smart Play, which lets users access a streaming optimized server with optimal speeds. Now, when it comes to torrenting, all three are average. Torrenting enthusiasts usually prefer port forwarding in their VPNs, and neither NordVPN, Surfshark, nor ExpressVPN offers this feature. They do have P2P optimized servers though, so at least you won't experience slowdowns when you're trying to torrent. Overall, I'd say you can expect good streaming and torrenting performances with any of these providers. Now, most of the differences in this Best VPN 2026 comparison start to emerge when we start to compare features. Yes, some of the features are more or less the same across providers. The split tunneling, for example, is a common feature they share that's used to pick what websites or apps should be excluded from the VPN connection. Double VPN servers, also called multi-hop by some providers, are also fairly common, and they help users get better security by chaining servers together one after another. And all three also have obfuscation to some degree, a feature designed to help users in restrictive environments or for those who want to hide the fact that they're using a VPN altogether. While all three also have features combating ads, trackers, and malicious links, this time they're definitely not the same. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro, for example, was certified as an anti-phishing app and can detect malwares and downloads. Surfshark's Clean Web 2.0 lets your ad blocking work even without a VPN connection when you're using a browser extension. And ExpressVPN's Threat Manager is a bit bare bones in comparison, though it does well against malware. They all also have dark web monitoring, but it works very differently in each provider. NordVPN has it as a permanently available feature. Surfshark's Alert does the same thing, but it's only available as part of the Surfshark One bundle, and ExpressVPN's ID alerts are part of ExpressVPN Identity Defender offer, and is only available in the US. Now, as for completely unique features, NordVPN has Onion over VPN, which integrates the Onion router into the VPN connection. This is difficult to explain, but it essentially reroutes your connection through numerous separate nodes, making it nearly impossible to track. Meshnet is another unique feature NordVPN has. It's a tool for connecting separate devices through a simulated LAN connection. This feature was actually scheduled for removal, but users liked it so much that NordVPN decided to keep it and make it completely free for everyone. Surfshark's uniqueness largely comes from its Surfshark One bundle, which includes an industry-certified antivirus, the alert tool I mentioned earlier, and a secure private search engine. On top of all that, Surfshark also comes with their alternative ID feature on all plans, making it possible for users to have fake aliases for different websites, preserving their anonymity online. Meanwhile, ExpressVPN also offers several unique features, including the integrated password manager, ExpressVPN keys, and parental controls, which are typically not found in a VPN. However, perhaps most interestingly, ExpressVPN offers the best VPN router setup, complete with extensive tutorials. A pre-configured Aircove router is even available. I'd even call ExpressVPN the best VPN for family if you use it to protect the entire household. All things considered, I'd say that NordVPN and Surfshark have the strongest cybersecurity features, with extensive protection not just against online threats, but also against malware and even phishing. ExpressVPN, on the other hand, seems to have prioritized versatility and now offers support for more devices and more users. If you want to get your hands on one of these providers, check the link in the description for my exclusive discount, or scan this QR code if you like Surfshark in particular and get the best deal. Speaking of deals, it's time to compare the price-value ratio of ExpressVPN versus Surfshark and NordVPN. Surfshark is easily the most affordable of the three, and it has no device limits at all. You can also choose if you want just the VPN or the antivirus bundle as well. I do have to say that it's nice to have a cheap VPN with the additional anti-malware protection. NordVPN isn't expensive either, but it is limited to 10 simultaneous connections. The plans here are also rather different, ranging from basic VPN protection to cybersecurity bundles with other Nord security products. ExpressVPN with 3 plans to choose from, and you get different numbers of simultaneous connections depending on the plan, which is a bit unusual. To get an even better value on any of these plans, check the links in the description for the best VPN deals. So in conclusion, which VPN is the best? NordVPN is ideal for individuals looking for comprehensive protection with excellent performance. It's the fastest, offers solid security, and is the only one certified against phishing attacks. Surfshark is the most affordable provider, offering an antivirus bundle. It's almost as fast as NordVPN and offers all the same baseline security. And ExpressVPN is great for people planning to run a VPN on their router, or for those who are fine with slightly slower speeds and need extras like a password manager or parental controls. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check those deals in the description and stay safe online.